When you think of movement, you probably think of bone and muscle first, but what about your joints? Your joints are just as important as everything else for keeping your body on the go. Like your elbows, your knees, your shoulders, your fingers. Think of how useful those things are, and how unuseful they'd be without joints, if we were stickmen. Tonight we're going to learn about the 3 different ways they're made and the 3 different ways they move. The 3 different ways they move are synarthrosis, amphithrosis, and diarthrosis. The 3 different ways they're made are fibrous, cartilaginous, and synovial. And that's all there is to it. It's quite simple. I hope tonight you learned something about the joints, and I hope that you, afterwards, you can take a minute to reflect on how amazing our bodies really are.
My knee! Not again!
Well, it seems like you've broken your bone again.
SMH.
Now, weeks of painful healing lie ahead of you. But what if I told you you could reduce that pain and suffering? Let's look at some of the advances in bone healing. One method is electrical stimulation of the fracture site.
Huh?
So you just take electricity and you...
Ah!
The electricity helps speed up the process of the bone healing.
Okay.
Another way is ultrasound. Pulsing ultrasound helps stimulate bone growth. But what happens when a split bone fails to join? There are ways to reduce this painful healing. One way is a free vascular fibular graft. A free vascular fibular graft takes pieces from the fibula and attaches it to the broken bone area. This helps increase blood flow, which prevents the graft from dying. But what do you do when a growing child breaks a bone? A self-extendable prosthesis is the answer. A self-extendable prosthesis uses a telescopic sleeve, which allows it to automatically adjust as the child grows. Lastly, doctors have been researching bone growth factor. This protein stimulates the growth of bone tissue, which can accelerate healing.
Go.
So if you've broken a bone, don't fret. Contact Rahman Orthopedics today. Rahman, and I'll be seeing you today. So what seems to be the problem?
I don't know, I think I dislocated my knee.
Alright, let's take you into the X-ray room and then we can see what's going on there.
Okay.
Alright, so your results are in. We ran an X-ray and some voice tests, and it says right here that you damaged the synovial joint.
What? What is a synovial joint?
Well, see, the synovial joint is a type of joint that contains a joint cavity, which is filled with synovial fluid. Some key distinguishing features of a synovial joint includes reinforcing ligaments, a joint cavity for the synovial fluid, and articular cartilage.
Oof, is there any different types of joints?
Yeah, there's actually 6.
Can you tell me what they are?
Alright, yeah, but it's been a while since I studied this, so I'm a little rusty, so I'm just going to refer to my packet here.
Okay.
So the first type is a plane joint, and it's basically a flat articular surface, and it's good for like slipping or gliding movements. The movement of the plane is not actual. The second is the hinge joint. It's similar to a door hinge, you know. Third is a pivot joint. It's similar to like a round bone, like similar to how your arm works.
Okay.
The fourth is a condyloid joint, and it's just like an egg-shaped joint which fits into the oval-shaped cavity of another, and it allows like the movement, like side-to-side movement, and it's biaxial. The next one is saddle joints, and they're both convex and concave areas, like fit each other like a saddle. They're both biaxial. And the last one is a ball and socket joint. The spherical head of one bone fits into the socket, a round socket of another bone. This allows for a multi-actional movement.
Yeah.
So this is similar to how your arm connects to your body.
Okay. Okay, I have one more question.
I'm actually kind of busy right now, so if you just send the questions to your nurse and she'll relay it to me. Alright, have a nice day.
answer.
Of course they do. Here at Rahman Orthopedics, we specialize in more than bone repair. We also treat bone and joint diseases. This patient here is arthritis. Arthritis is a group of diseases that cause inflammation of the joints. Symptoms include pain, swelling, and stiffness. This patient here suffers from osteoarthritis, which affects a lot of elderly people. He also suffers from crepitus, which is a symptom of osteoarthritis. Crepitus causes your joints to make a crunching sound when you move. Another type of arthritis is rheumatoid arthritis. It usually affects joints on both sides of the body. So for example, if the left elbow hurts, so does the right elbow. It affects usually women, but it can affect men too. Rheumatoid arthritis can progress into ankylosis, which is when the joints ossify and become deformed. But this is actually very rare.
Oh my god, my toe hurts!
This man here suffers from gout, which is when uric acid accumulates in the joints and causes pain. It can be very dangerous and can cause the joint to become immobile.
I wish I could hug someone.
This patient suffers from osteoporosis. This disease causes the bones to become very thin and fragile, and something as simple as a hug could cause a fracture. We can treat all these diseases and more at Rahman Orthopedics. Come see us today.
Hey doctor, can I talk to you about cartilaginous joints? Because I don't understand it fully.
Now, you never pay attention. Come meet me in my office in a few hours, alright? And bring me a coffee.
2 sugars.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, doctor. Here's your coffee.
Thank you. Alright, so talk to me. What do you need to know about cartilaginous joints?
I just everything, honestly. Like, I know some stuff about it. Like, I know how they are connected by cartilage and they allow more movement between bones and then a fibrous joint, but less in the highly mobile synovial joint.
Well, did you know that there are 2 types of cartilaginous joints?
Oh, really? Oh, I don't know that.
Yes, if you refer to your textbook right here. Right, so the 2 types are synchondrosis, which is hyaline cartilage, and symphysis, which is fibrocartilage. The first one, synchondrosis, it's immovable. It's basically immobile. The second one, symphysis, is slightly movable.
Okay, I think I know everything, doctor. Thank you so much.
Alright, now get out.